Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we have the final week of the regular season, and it's going to be a rematch between the Corn Brigade and Twin Banners on Garland stand. There was a more than 15-man imbalance in the original match, which is why we are doing the rematch. Due to this, we will only be covering this round and not the second round, because that's the fun round, and it'd be best to get the important round out to everyone sooner. But before we get into this, thank you to our YouTube members for the support. If you'd like to support, go beneath the video, hit the join button. If you join us, you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment in the bottom of our videos and get an additional broadcast per week. With that all being said, our regiments for today, on the Corn Brigade side, you got 12th Virginia, Free States Brigade, Alabama Volunteer Corps, Colquitt's Brigade, 7th Texas, and the Shenandoah Regulars. Whereas on the Twin Banner side, you have the 10th United States, Jackson's Division, 2 Corps, 59th New York, and the Missouri State Guard. Going into our standings for this event, so they redid how the rankings work at the end of the event last week. It was originally the top 2 teams from each group made it to the playoffs. However, they made the change to where the top 4 teams in each division make the playoffs, and this was because the Alabama Volunteer Corps, who has 26 points, didn't make the playoffs, but 10th US, who had 21 points, made the playoffs. And so they made the change at the end of the event last week, and so there is some clarification for that. With that all being said, server pop for today's fight, it is currently 320. Inbalance is 1 towards the CSA side. That's a lot. Artillery wise, you got CSA 5, Union has 7. So there is a infantry imbalance of 3 in favor of the CSA side. Frontline reporters for today's fight. On the Union side, you have Archer from the 6th Louisiana. On the opposite side, you have Seasoning from the 12th Virginia. Appreciate these guys for their POV so we can see what's going on the ground while also being in the sky. And co-commentating with me again, we have Corded. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Corded from 6th Louisiana in 2nd Corps.
So in your opinion, Corded, how does each side try to win Garland's stand?
Well, it's a bit more difficult now, I would say. For one team, I'm not sure quite yet, because last time we saw this play between these two groups, there was an accuracy buff to the rifles. And I imagine a good amount of both teams have taken the rifles instead of CSA taking buck and ball. I don't know which. I think last time I said both regiments for CSA get buck and ball, right?
Correct.
Okay, so I'm not sure how many of them would actually take it. We'll have to find out.
Yeah, so
we might see more of a shooting match rather than charging from the Union, but we'll have to see what they do. They are taking a more spread out approach this time, especially using that right side snake fence, that JD all the way down to 59th New York, down to the Twin Banners, down to the north. Far left side, we're getting 2nd Corps way out, hugging the boundary, making sure that CSA does not have too many people where they can pull from the middle. Just in case 2nd Corps decides to charge in, distract a lot of the CSA, and then you'll have a lot of those northern groups heading in. We'll see how CSA is able to react. I don't know how many people they have on artillery. They only have 5 people. Corn Brigade 31st Alabama. I have not seen that regiment yet, so we'll see how they perform. Yeah, what do you think is going to happen, Eagle?
yeah, so you get why Union wants to spread out. They're trying to really test this update with the rifle accuracy. It's just, I don't know why Union's fighting over on the right side of the map from their perspective. It's because the CSA's got a whole stone wall or a half stone wall for most of that area that they're fighting, so I don't get why they're shooting from this side. I would think the Union would want to get more where 2 Corps is on the Union left and start shooting from that, because there isn't as much CSA cover there, but regardless, we'll see what kind of happens. I assume Union's going to try to test this out for a little bit, see how well it goes, and then react from there. Garland stand, it has a 19% ticket advantage to the Union side. Union weapons on this map, they've got the 30th Ohio with the Springfield 55 and the Springfield 61, whereas they also have the 12th Ohio with the Lorenz and the Springfield 61 CSA defense. The 13th North Carolina and the 20th North Carolina, both of those regiments for the CSA have the option of the Springfield 55, the Enfield, and the Springfield 42, so buck and ball. I'm here in 12th VA. They're loading round ball over buck and ball, so I have a little more accurate of shot. Because, as mentioned with this this update, the buck and ball doesn't kill past 33 yards. The pellets at least don't. The main round ball shot that goes with it still kills, but
Well, the pellets do not do full damage.
yeah.
And if I remember, if it hasn't changed, it's just 4 pellets. There's no actual ball.
I thought there was a big one and then a couple pellets. I mean, I could be wrong, but that's what I've always thought.
I don't think so. I remember Sevi at one point like shooting into like one of the hardtack boxes where the bullets get stuck, and it's just like 4 pellets. Either way, I've never seen like a single accurate round and then like three inaccurate ones or something like that.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes more sense. I did just message Sevi asking, so we'll see if he responds at some point. Because if you would think of anyone in this community that would know about that, it would be someone who's on the IVB.
$5. He sends you the picture of the hardtack box.
So, tickets as of right now, Union looks like their bar hasn't gone down at all. CSA's bar has slightly gone down. Which, I mean, at the current pace, this is not what you would want as the Union side. They're going to have to pick it up one way or another. I get what they're trying to do because every time you see in Garland stand, right, Union groups up on this far left side, they charged in, and they charge in the CSA buck and ball that completely shreds them. So, I get why they're sitting and shooting back. Maybe they want to try to do some deceiving actions, but we've seen that a couple times, and the CSA's been able to react accordingly. Like, charging flags down one side and charging the rest of your guys down the other. That has not really worked in the past. It's worked better than the original thing I mentioned, but... anyways, 59th New York is pushing up Union right side, going out of bounds into that... Actually, it's inbounds. Going up against 12th VA, who's on the far CSA left.
FSB and 7th Texas moving in from the middle down to that northern side. And looks like Corn Brigade 31st Alabama, which by the way is 30th Ohio rebranded. They're heading down that way, or at least half of them are.
Yeah,
so 59th is pulling a lot of CSA down the hill.
Yeah, they're taking shots from the corn, not really charging out, just trying to hide. You got some MSG guys for the Union moving over there as well. They're not bringing a flag as well. So maybe they're trying to draw everyone down to this side and then maybe make a opposite push from the opposite side of the map. But Union's pretty spread out, so I don't know. We'll see.
You know, with 59th going this side along with MSG, and if more Union comes down this way, they're going to do kind of like a rotation of what we see on this battlefield. As what we sometimes call flipping the map. So changing this now from to a north to south fight. So,
check that off.
At least one thing with CSA coming from the downhill, Union has a lot easier shot on any CSA that's coming down.
59th MSG, they hopped over the little half-stone wall there, got a volley, and then charged. Which, I mean, looking at the tickets, it's looking good for Union. So, I think that was a good trade for Union. I mean, we'll see how things kind of play out. But
get your knee loads, FSB.
Round ball.
Yeah.
Get your reloads again.
I think if 59 can do that again, or at least pull CSA into the road. The Union that's staying back can, pop out into the road and fire down it and get some kills that way. Because them firing at the stone wall is pretty difficult. Most of the CSA is protected by it. Even with the accuracy buff, this range and trying to hit people behind the wall, and you can see most of them are crouching, so it's It's not going to be an easy ticket trade for the Union trying to just fire across the field. Union on the left side did charge those Second Corps and JD. They're heading towards that corner of the wall. You've got Corn Brigade. They are counterattacking across the south side. They're going to get behind the Union. It looks like it. There's not really anyone from the Union that's going to get behind Corn Brigade in 8th Ohio. The Second Corps is going to try and hold off the charge, but most of their numbers are already down. Shrimp's getting that flag out. So JD looks like they're going to be pretty much on their own, fighting against like twice or 3 times the amount of CSA. That's going to be against them. 5th FSB, they're coming back up from down the hill. And it looks like the rest of the Union that was down to the north, they're coming up to the top.
Zoo is screaming for the retreating guys there to turn around as Union, their reinforcement shows up. If you noticed during this charge, that ticket gap has really evened out. These charges are still very beneficial for CSA, but at least for Union, they're not down by a lot. So Union's going to push up. And CSA is going to get that bucking ball loaded, and you can see some of those shots going out. Union kind of trickling forward now, and I won't be surprised if CSA takes a ticket lead right now.
They might. Here comes 10th US. I think they've all stayed back. They got their loads, so we'll see what kind of damage. They are turning around. They are turning around. So, I don't know. Okay, all Union's backing up now.
Yeah.
Blue ball there. I was ready for some glory.
Well,
they got their loads. They're going in. Oh, they're turning down.
How dare they? They killed our content.
I know. They're going to start reforming to the right side, it looks like, maybe.
Yeah, they're rushing that way. I mean, the unfortunate thing for Union, fortunate for CSA, is that, I mean, it's going to kind of be hard to see what Union's doing in that woods, but you can see CSA is already reacting. 12th VA is running back down. Granted, they're going to their original position, but when you look across the little... the field here from CSA's position, you can see at least Union flags moving down. So it's like if Union wants to do a secret movement in the woods, they got to go fairly far back into this woods and go around. And I don't know how deep they can go. Anyways.
Yeah, one thing that's difficult for Union on the left side, trying to shoot it out even with the accuracy buff that we've got. If you look at pretty much any rock formation that the Union likes to get behind, trying to look across the road into the forest where CSA is trying to fire back at you, it's still very difficult to see any silhouettes to shoot at, any semblance of a uniform through the shadows. It's the accuracy buff is not going to help Union out that much on this left side, so I think the charges are kind of the way to go, or pushing more on this right side where it's a bit more open, a bit more visibility on any of the CSA units. That might be the way to go. Now these guys on the right side, they could fire over the wall, like through that white fence, and they'll be hitting 7th Texas. Now the Union officers could see that. I'm not sure if regular infantry could, but those are some tickets that the Union could look out for next time 7th Texas takes that position.
Where's 7th Texas at?
They are on the northern side. They were kind of behind the log cabin.
Oh, I see.
They were next to yeah, they were next to that white fence, kind of a little bit up on the hill, and now they're on the wall.
It's actually fascinating. A lot of the CSA on CSA left are just not even shooting. They're just hiding.
Yeah, not bad.
Indeed. I mean, if the shootout is going to help Union, take it away from them, force them to charge in, kill that time, and take the ticket lead with the charges. You know, it's a good response from the CSA side. And so much for this update maybe giving the Union a chance to do something. Who knows? I don't know how well it could work in pubs, but...
I have a War of Rights question. So I'm looking around the log cabin along this road. I'm seeing a bunch of rifles on the ground, but I'm not seeing any bodies. I don't think my bodies should be at the maximum, so I don't know I wonder if the rifles are treated the same way as like fences, destroyed fences.
A lot of Union charging CSA left. They're pushing up.
Yes, I wonder if like an RD explosion would move rifles that are on the ground.
Next time on Lord Wright's Mythbusters. Please.
Imagine like a rifle gets launched and like the bayonet actually does damage on him.
So, Union pushing up into the corn. 59th, 10th US have moved up there. And some MSG guys as well. I mean, I think Union's trying to still engage in kind of a shootout here, but trying to maybe peek around this stone wall here to get better shots to make the shootout work more, which, again, we're kind of seeing the Union start to take a little bit of a ticket lead again with them just doing a shootout. Now, again, the issue is going to be time for Union. Generally want to get the defenders down to engage by the 30-minute mark, and we're a few minutes through that already. So...
Now, one thing that I think the CSA should try to do on this northern side, like for example 7 Texas, they should move in line with the straight fence of the corn, and they can fire just straight east into the Union. Because Union's almost never going to be much farther back than like 10 yards away from that little rock wall, if that makes sense. Because CSA can get a decent amount into the corn toward the north side.
I'm amazed you haven't been
from their woods. So they could send a group into the corn and just wreak havoc with that bucking ball.
I wonder if CSA, though, is not trying to push up that far because they don't want to... Never mind, they're doing it right as I said. Dang it!
There you go. There you go. The FSB, they're doing what I just said.
Yep. It's a nice little angle. Also, to point out, Union already hit this left stone wall for CSA. Where is that gun at for Union? There's no way CSA already destroyed and team killed a bunch of their friendlies. Where is Union already?
Excuse me? Oh, it's up here.
Where? Oh, okay.
Yeah, they are. I don't think I don't think they fired yet.
No, they fired once and broke some of the stone wall.
I mean, I guess so.
Honestly, that's pretty helpful. I mean, not really, but you know, if you chip away that stone wall, CSA can't defend certain spots. Union's kind of gotten pushed off in his corner at least.
Where did they break it?
Where the snake fence or the straight fence and that stone wall meet.
There's no way they hit that.
They did.
They're still trying to get it over that hill.
Wait, does it not show a broken stone wall for you?
No, at the end of the northern road?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way Union guns is even positioned. Oh, never mind. I see the gun now. I was looking at a different one.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh, Union's charging up top. JD's going in with 5th VA. CSA already just shooting point-blank shots on the ground, getting a nice couple of kills, but CSA's first to go into engage at around the 26 and a half minute mark. And CB charging right out at him.
Yeah, Union's got good numbers up there. They'll hold off for a little bit, but looks like CSA reinforcements aren't going to have them. Cormgate charging in from the southwest, and looks like half of 6LA they're going to be charging in behind them.
The flank of the flank. I really wonder if Union's strategy is to Union's engaged.
Union's charging across the field to the north.
Oh my goodness, who would have thought? Yeah, I mean, CSA was heavily in the corner. Yeah, they're gonna make it. Union ticket lead is growing. It's about a fourth of a stage lead right now. CSA collapsing in right now, at least from the south side. A couple are.
I had a guy aiming at me. I had to pull the trigger. Sorry.
Now CSA.
Hit that guy in the back, Scrubs. Hit him in the back.
FSB's kind of in the center of the road. They've got no cover on them.
Did I get him? Oh, I missed.
Get him! Wipe him out! Forward, forward.
Yeah, they need to push up or back up.
It's like a group of 12 VA. They're going to be coming in from the corn. They're going to be getting in the side of the Union. So they're going to have some easy shots.
Yeah, they join FSB there. You got 7 Texas on the other side. It looks Union's got 2 flags up here. It really looks like Union's gonna hold it. Oh, maybe not. It looked for a moment, but now it looks like it's not.
Looks like some of the Corn Brigade, they're coming in down from the south, from the top of the hill. They're going to be coming to help out a lot of CSA reinforcements coming from their main spawn down to that area. Let's see if Union's going to be able to capitalize on that. CSA forces on the south are looking a little bit lighter.
Union's kind of formed up top. I really think the idea that Union's trying to do is they're spreading across the whole like length of the map to kind of spread the CSA out, and then they're trying to hit each side independently. And when you hit each side independently, if there's less guys fighting, the odds that they're dying and skirmishing and out of line is a lot higher, which sure is not going to be okay for an attacker, but that's really bad or detrimental to the defending side. And on top of the shootouts, which Union are winning, this is going well for Union. It's looking a little better on time. A little. I mean, you want to hit them down the taking losses by the 20-minute mark if you're Union. But this is not bad for Union. This is probably the best Garlands I've seen in a long time from Union.
Get on formation before you load. Be in formation before you load.
Yeah, I think so. CSA's getting back to their original positions. Union's getting a lot of their forces back on the right side. And I think JD looks like they might be going on. They're in the middle now. They might head to the right side once the rest of the Union gets ready to go. So we'll see what direction they take.
I almost
Union
wonder.
Artillery, they've got both their guns up now. Not sure where they're trying to aim. Looks like they're breaking the center wall. That looks like what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
And out around the point.
I wonder if Union. I think Union needs to change it up a little bit. Like they charge to the south side first, and then they charge on the north side second. Maybe charge the north side first to draw all that CSA down, and then charge with a few Union guys up top to get some kills up there. I don't know how well they'd be able to hold the ground for a long term, but maybe they'll get some out of lines, especially with the CSA having already guys there. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe just keep doing this, because if you charge the group up on the south side first, the Union that charges on the north side could have a numbers advantage. Who knows? But JD's shifting back up to the south side. But I do think that, I mean, I get why Union wanted to hold on that stone wall there. I almost wonder if Union just doesn't stop at that stone wall in the previous charge, and they just keep going through and charging through.
I really liked that move, just running straight across the field. Just when CSA was surprised by that.
I wouldn't expect that. I was surprised by that too.
Yeah. They might decide to push some of their guys on that left side. Wait for CSA to send some guys that direction, but it looks like 7 Texas, they're already moving themselves down to the north.
They're moving down to the map.
So, so this ticket gap though, it's what? 4th of a stage in Union's Fair right now?
I'd say a 5th.
What about a 6?
Nah.
A 7th?
6th is no
8th?
good.
9th?
I too.
I pick up my joke.
So, that'd be funny if Union just gathered up all their guys and charged in the center, because that's the one place CSA doesn't have guys at the moment.
I'd like to see it.
I don't know if that would work. I think it fully depends on how fast CSA responds. If CSA doesn't move fast, Union could take advantage, but
Walk. Steady.
we'll see.
Shot with the bucking ball. Damn, I didn't know we were on that young.
Sir, private first class F4. We need to be behind the tree.
But again, for the 10th trillionth time is the issue for Union here. They've got to do something. They've been sitting and shooting for a while. I get that it's a hard balance between trying to get a lead with your tickets while also, you know, not spending too much time, which we might see Union do something. 59th New York has moved to the Union left side. They've usually been the group to kind of initiate stuff for the Union today, so I don't know if they're going to push forward in a second or so. I mean, we'll see. But, yeah, it's...
Union's going all toward the middle. All the people from the north are heading that way. Well, not quite all of them, but definitely a few groups. Like MSG staying down low.
59th is getting real aggressive on Union left. 6LA is pushing up with. They've moved on to the CSA side of the road, which CSA from the center side are starting to take shots into the Union side.
Big left push from Union.
Yeah, here they go. They're pouring through. And zooming out.
CSA hasn't shifted an appropriate amount of guys toward that right side.
And Union can't sit and shoot this out. They have to go in. The longer the Union just sits and shoot this out, sure, you're going to get a little better shots, but CSA is going to be like, wait, they're all over there.
Yeah.
Unless maybe they intend to sit and shoot this out for a long period of time. I don't know if they can hold this for long, especially if CSA decides to charge them out. So, which is maybe what the Union is trying to hope for. JD takes a volley, and they are charging. I think I see 10th US moving up behind.
Yeah, FSP now moving in from the south, or from the north. Along with, I think this is going to be 12 VA. All the CSA is going to be reinforcing this southern side.
CSA collapsing in from the center. CSA is about to drop into taking losses. I don't think Union's brought their flags with them.
JD ran straight across the field there, and now on the stone wall. They're going to be messing up FSB and 12th VA. They're definitely going to be a distraction. At least for a little bit. One CSA flag is down. That's going to be about, looks like that's a group of 48. They're all going to be having spawn at their main spawn, just quite a ways away.
Union has 2 flags forward in the CSA right. They've got one in kind of locks where a couple guys are left. You got a mix of CSA shooting down at them. And they're going to run that flag out. There's actually 3 Union flags on this left side. Union's taking losses. Zoo's trying to organize the Union to push forward, which you got 6LA reinforcements moving up with their flag.
That's it. Where my JD baby's at.
And Union's trying to hold this ground on CSA side of the road. Union brings all flags up. And
Just gotta get ready. Corn Brigade and CQB, their reinforcements are coming in.
Who's this? MSG moved for the Union on the CSA left side, and you got a good chunk of CSA moving down from the point. However, as you mentioned, you got a group of CSA hitting this Union that are forming up down the CSA right, 8th Ohio.
That's right, you got 12th VA and FSB heading down to that northern side. And it looks like maybe even some 7th Texas, they're going to be shifting down that direction, all towards MSG.
Huge. That's huge for Union, and really well done by MSG. Great idea there. And it gives Union hope to hold this area, which you never see Union hold on the CSA side of the road anymore.
Yeah, that is very difficult. Looks like CSA, they're starting to charge in. Union is keeping their flags to the southeast side, getting ready in case they have to get out of there. Looks like it might be the case. More CSA is trooper. It could be a lot more skirmishing tickets they're looking at.
CSA is like they're moving in very piecemeal, and not all of their groups are going in at once, and it's allowing Union to kind of barely hold on. Union is slowly being pushed off though, which Union needs to get the flags out.
Union flags are dropping. 1 is down, 2 is down. Let's see if they can get them out.
But importantly, trying to get each side stage. Is that flag out? That flag is out of bounds.
Yeah, so they'll be getting that one out soon.
And I think
CSA is a little bit low on tickets, but I think all these Union guys retreating is going to make up for that.
yeah, I mean Union still kept the lead out of that whole situation, and that was beautifully done.
Find defensive positions. Engage.
Now, Union can cap on CSA breaking and win the game. I feel like I never see that though anymore. Feels like it always goes down to the final push and last stand as of late.
Mm-hmm.
But I doubt Union will be able to cap the point on CSA breaking just because you're holding, as Union, you kind of, wherever you want to try to cap the point from, it's a bad angle. So
Yeah, CSA is pretty much able to get around you anywhere on that point. Because even if you're on the stone wall, CSA can just get down or get up on the south side of you, fire down on you, or even down to the north and just fire right up. If you try to hold in the road, CSA is just going to come from their main spawn and they'll be covered or concealed by the woods. It's hard to know where they're coming from. So getting CSA down to the last stand, that's going to be your best bet in ensuring a victory.
it's going to be tight on time regardless. 12th VA returning to their original positions on the CSA left. Rest of CSA, though, is kind of hunkered down on the center right side. As most of the Union side, very spread out right now. It's probably going to take them 2 or so minutes to organize. But it's, again, time.
Yeah, they're going to have about 12 minutes to get CSA down to breaking, and I think that will happen.
That will for sure happen.
Getting them down to last stand, that's going to be a challenge.
Early cap.
Let's fucking go, boys. Let's get back in there. Let's get back in there.
Yeah.
I don't know how long you can hold it by early capping, though.
I mean, hold it for as long as you can.
Yeah.
I mean, CSA, they are down, but only like a little bit. So, and they're gonna, by the time you cap point, they're gonna be at breaking. You're probably gonna be at breaking. So it's not that much of a risk.
West-northwest. You can see him out there in those
Oh my God, there they are. He's right.
So, we'll see, though. Union's really gathering up kind of on this left side as they were before that charge. They have some in the center as well. JD and 5th VA are on this Union kind of center side. Which, that RD hasn't, for Union, hasn't broken a lot of that center stone wall anyways. So...
as wide as possible, boys.
Right, Union has gotten almost all of their reinforcements from their main spawn. I would expect some kind of move soon.
Fuck them up.
Hopefully within the next minute. I mean, I get wanting to try to get a ticket lead with a shootout, but you kind of don't have time at this point. I mean, we'll see how the next charge goes, but...
See, this whole side is going to be fought on the south. Unless we see some crazy movement from the Union. Which I would be okay with.
I mean, I don't know if you have enough time to play cute at this point.
I mean, I say if you could run straight toward that corner with like everybody, it probably wouldn't work, but it would be fun to see. It looks like JD, they are on the snake fence, so the only group that's not left of this entire wheat field, or whatever you want to call it. So They might be planning to run straight across the field again and pull some CSA right toward the middle. And here we go. Left side Union push going in. Led by Twin Banners and Sussy Brigade.
To northwest.
Friendly's in front of you. Watch
They're
yourself.
getting close. They're not necessarily charging in. Some guys are. 5th and C are, but 59th and Twin Banners, yeah, Sussy, really. They're just kind of sitting and shooting at the CSA at point blank. That ticket gap is pretty big right now.
Oh, golly gee. That's a whole line, Shaq. You see him?
Oh yeah, that's all good.
You know, I will say, if Union, it would be a little nice to see, I guess, yeah, well. It would be kind of nice to see Union win this map, because there's some map these days that feel like either side can't win. Like, it'd be nice to see, like, Union win High Street at some point. I've seen CSA win River Crossing, but if there is still a way for each side to win a map in the updated meta, that would be very great to see. But
JD running straight across the field, straight onto the point.
even if Union doesn't win this, we know they can make it close. Yeah, I don't know if they're trying to pull CSA off or maybe try to get that cap if possible.
Yeah. That's got to be what they're trying to do. Because CSA knows they're going to have to keep some people toward the point. But JD are going to be taking cover on those rocks.
That's not on point, right?
I don't think it is, but either way, CSA knows that JD is there and they are ready to cap the point if CSA allows it.
That'd be a fumble if that happens. Alright, 7.5 minutes. CSA shortly to hit breaking. Union's got a little bit of tickets left and taking losses before they hit that.
Oh yeah. Oh shit.
But it's I mean, unless we see non-stop charges, I highly doubt we're going to see the CSA side go in the last.
What I would imagine is going to happen, this JD group that's in the field, they're going to get on point, and they're going to pull CSA toward the point. The other half of JD, they're going to be going straight toward the corner, pulling more CSA down to that stone wall, and all the Union that's far left, they're going to be charging into the backside of the CSA as they try to go right back toward the point. But that is not happening. The JD group is just sitting there.
No, JD doesn't have a flag. If they push up, they'd be wiping like a minute.
They would, but I mean that's kind of the deal. Yeah.
Yeah, that's assuming the Union left kind of pushes within like 30 seconds. But time's a ticking right now. Union does not have a lot of time. They need to charge like now.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to get CSA to last stand at this rate, so they're going to have to push up in some fashion. Looks like part of 6LA is repositioning. They might be going straight across the field, just like JD did. Find out.
At this point, Union, you either got to try to push CSA in the last stand or you got to try to cap while they're in breaking. Either requires charging. I don't see the reason for sitting and shooting at this point in the round. All you're doing is giving yourself less time to do anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Which JD kind of gets shot off in the open area there. They're retreating with their flag. But you do see 2 core around them. CSA has a few more guys pushing the point. I don't know if Union's trying to get a little more of a ticket lead before they go in, but it's... I don't know.
At this point, your ticket lead does not matter. I mean, CSA is down to breaking. That's the win condition.
Union's going to have to full wipe CSA to cap that point if they want, and that is... It's going to be difficult. Oh, here we go. Here's some
Yeah, the second core going straight down the middle.
And the grip on number 1 is there to meet him, and he dies.
FSP is repositioned toward that corner. Same thing with Corn Brigade.
Union's starting to collapse from the south side. Here we go. CSA counter charges. Union's going to hit them, though, with the rest of their guys.
CSA is going to be definitely holding that corner. They've all got buck ball, and it is not an easy thing to do.
Yep, they hold that pretty well. Top side of the map, not much better for the Union side. 8th Ohio holds that pretty well. And CSA is now counter-charging. I got 1 Union flag down. I got 2 Union flags down. I think that's another thing for Union this round is they have been able to keep their flags up. And they've been able to keep respawning guys the whole time, not charging and losing those flags off the rip. So, I mean, Union's down 1 flag. CSA lost about 1/4 of the way through that stage. Mind you, though, the bars are, like, visually off. It's like the start of a morale stage. When you hit it, that bar doesn't move down that fast. And then once you kind of get into the morale stage a little bit, like 1/8 of the way through the stage, then the bar will stop dropping pretty fast. So, or it'll start dropping pretty fast. Regardless, Union's got about 1 good organized charge left before it's all panic mode. They're not going to hit CSA in the last stand unless they have a sustained charge for the rest of this game. I don't know if they can do that.
We'll see.
That's why you play the game.
I think they can get a charge off at 2 minutes. At least an organized one. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. They are gonna have to get an advantage on kills because last stand is not gonna be able to help them. Even if they get CSA to last stand, CSA's gonna get their respawn. They're gonna get a lot of respawns in at that point.
Yeah, Union's gonna have to win this off the cap.
It's like a lot of Union heading in the middle.
Very well.
3 minutes left. We can hear that that in-game music coming in.
I haven't had that on in so long.
Oh,
I almost wonder if that'd be a good idea. I don't know.
well, I
Though.
mean, I hear it, so I mean,
Like, I wonder if it would make the broadcast a little more suspenseful.
I don't know if you can try it. See
don't know.
if you can actually hear it.
I mean, I should be able to. I mean, I have music down to...
It might be something different. I'm not sure.
It's music.
Praise up.
What the heck?
Praise up. Praise up.
Oh, no, it does count as music, but it's either way. It's
I can't hear it.
it's very quiet. I got it 100%.
Yeah, I turned it up to 100. I can't hear it.
It's like. Boom, 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 boom,
Well, maybe it like progressively gets louder as the match.
It
gets
probably
closer to-
does, but
Anyways, Union mass charging the CSA left, and CSA center shifting CSA right. Not really. Union is Pickett charging this. Look, CSA doesn't have a whole lot there on the stone wall yet. Union's maybe gonna get a slight foothold here.
I see a lot of CSA. They're going to be using buck and ball. Probably the entire CSA team is going to have buck and ball.
I would assume.
You're going to have half of the CSA team is coming down from the south. They are staying in the road though.
And CSA hold the point pretty. Oh my goodness, you can see the buck and ball just spraying off from the CSA coming down the hill as they slowly shoot at the Union. Or I mean fastly, but 1 minute left.
We'll see. Union just has to hold the majority.
It's not happening.
I don't see it being likely right now. I would imagine Union still has their flags somewhere.
One of them's down.
Well,
They got a couple holding back, but they're not going to be able to out-respawn this. Anyways, Quarter, what are your thoughts for the round? CSA Corn Brigade's going to get a win, and that's 3 leading wins in a row for them.
I mean, it's a hard match to win for Union, especially with CSA both regions having buck and ball, and then like Union has to charge in. They have to get close. So I mean, Union has to get probably very creative in order to pull a win out for this.
Yeah, I mean, this at least shows that it's definitely possible for Union to make it a close game. Can they win though? I don't know, because the problem is, right, if Union spent a fair amount of time sitting and shooting, and they were able to get a ticket lead out of that, which is good. The issue though, obviously, is that kills a lot of time. So you maybe think, okay, I should charge more often, but nearly every charge was a ticket loss for the Union and a gain for CSA. So it's a rough map for Union, and I agree with Cordy. You're definitely going to have to get creative for this type of stuff, and maybe we'll see that as time goes on. But regardless of all of that, really good end of the season for Corn Brigade, getting 3 straight wins in a row. And that should do it for this week. I'm pretty sure playoff starts next week unless they take a break week. I don't know how they do that.
I think they just go straight into it.
Alrighty. Well, yeah. With that being said, I will show the standings and such in a second. Yeah, see you all shortly. We're not doing round 2 because it's a fun round. I want to get this out as soon as possible. Look at those casualties. And here are the stats for our previous round. So again, Corn Brigade, a good win on their part. It was nice to see Union potentially getting a lot closer to winning that map because we haven't seen Union win that map in a long time. Maybe we'll have to see some more creative stuff though. But anyways, here are the end of the Season 2 results for the SSL event. And again, it is the top 4 of 6 teams, or regiments rather, in a division. So on the Smoke Division side, 2 Corps, Colquitt's Brigade, Free States Brigade, and 7th Texas have made it in. And then on the Steel Division side, you have the 59th New York, Corn Brigade, Twin Banners, and the Alabama Volunteer Corps. Remember that change was made at the end of the event last week. At least that's when I was informed about the change. So, yeah. With that all being said, we'll see you all for the playoffs next week. Though I'll have a bracket set up at the beginning of the video for that, just because I don't know how it's going to work because they changed the rules. But anyways, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe if you want to support the channel more. Hit the join button beneath the video where you can get a live stream of all the broadcasts we do. You can advertise your regiment in the bottom of our videos and get an additional broadcast per week. Besides that, I appreciate you all. We got more stuff in the description as well, like our Discord. We'll see you all in the next one. Have a wonderful rest of your night.